Yes, I did add a bunny girl to my psychological horror game, but before you judge me, I had a perfectly valid and actually kinda lore-heavy reason for this. Welcome to my monthly devlog. This month, the dream side of my game became a lot more populated. I started the month by reworking the dreams outside. Before, the dream world was just an empty space with just some pink bubbles floating around. Now there's a whole bunch of floating islands under a red messed up sky. I've also added a bit of a glitch mechanic. When you fall into the void, you don't die, you get teleported high into the sky. Since there's no fall damage in the dream, you can actually use this to reach these distant islands. Is that a feature? Is it an exploit? The answer is yes. I've also toned down the fog. It used to cover pretty much everything, but now it's only thick below the islands, so you can actually see the full islands much better. So, back to the bunny girl. I wanted my game to have more characters, but modeling them all from scratch is a lot of work. Then I remembered that one Teen Titans episode where they go into Raven's mind, and there they meet different parts of her personality represented by different colors. I decided to take that idea and do something similar, but based on the 7 deadly sins. Last is pink, Sloth is blue, Wrath is red, you get that idea. Basically, each one will have a different outfit, hairstyle and a color theme, which allowed me to reuse the body itself. I'm planning to have the entire dream side of gameplay revolve around these 7 scenes. Does a bunny girl fit the idea of Last? Of course. Is it an ulterior motive? Who knows? After Last was Sloth. She's got a blue color theme, pajamas, bunny slippers and a sleeping cap. Making the pajamas was surprisingly hard. I deleted it and restarted about 3 times before I got them to look right. The tough part was making them look comfortable, which means that having them a little loose, but at the same time tight around the chest, which is unnecessary detail. Next was Wrath. What should she look like? I wanted her to look sharp and kind of aggressive, which is why she's got this torn kind of spiky edge of the dress and also gloves. And I also added these spiky bracelets on arm and leg. For her, I reused the red hair from the rarity model that I modeled first. Since I already had a red hair, I didn't feel the need to make a new one. And I also stole the high heels from the bunny girl, even though she isn't wearing them in game yet since I haven't exported her with them yet. But at that point, I felt that something was still lacking. So, a few hours later, I came back and added horns and a tail. The wagging tail makes her 100% more threatening, you can deny it. Then I made Envy. She has green color theme with a simple dress and ivy vines wrapping around her legs, arms, waist on the top of the hair. I even added a few leaves and flower here and there. I think this fit well with the green color theme and Envy overall. I also made a small change here. Eye colors now match the scene. Envy has green color eyes, Wrath has red and so on, as opposed to when they all just had red eyes. It's a small detail, but it gives them a little bit more uniqueness. Up next, you can't run away from your problems forever. Well, it kinda depends what kind of problems they are, but there's a stamina bar. It drains when you sprint and regenerates when you stop. But if it runs out completely, you can't sprint until it's full again. In a horror game, stamina bar is basically a must, and I am still insisting on calling my game a horror game, even though I have yet to add any horror elements. I have plans for this, but when they will come, who knows. Okay, but because I spent most of the month modeling, I guess to make the video a little bit longer, I will talk about what my plans for the gameplay with these scenes is. My current idea is, in reality, you explore the house and unlock the normal rooms. Like there's gonna be keys and stuff, then in the dream, the rooms are at first locked, but then you go outside and each night a path to a specific scene island appears. The islands will be a twist-tech horror version of a room, and the sky color also will change based on the scene you're visiting. Then you complete some sort of puzzle to calm that scene down, and once that scene is cleared, next night a room opens inside the dream version of a house, where that scene is now safe to talk to. The idea is to populate the empty dream house with all 7 versions of her, like collecting broken pieces into a 4. With one version of her being the main one that the player meets first, and that chases the player across the dreams. What do you think about this gameplay loop? Is it interesting? Is it boring? 4 out of 7 is done. I've been modeling characters way too much lately, so next month will be more about actual gameplay. And I also wanted to tackle 1 or 2 scenes islands, or at least start and see where that goes. Although if you have any cool ideas for orange, brownish color team gluttony or yellow themed grid, let me know. I have a pretty good idea where I want to go with pride, but for these last two, right now I just don't have any ideas. So if you wanna see how this game ends up, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.